Hey guys, it's Sunday of the long weekend. I'm just out at the Beehive. I'm gonna swap out the fiberglass fence posts for some T-bars, and I'm gonna add some aluminum electric fencing. It's something like 25% more shock, or 25 times the shock value, so it conducts through the aluminum wire better than this ribbon. Make it a little bit more permanent. So we're going to do that. We're going to clean up some of these frames. So I'll just show you these posts here. They're so flimsy. So we're going to change those up. We got some 6-foot T-bars. We got the post driver here. We got the aluminum wire, 250 feet. T-bar insulators. We've got some grips so we can get in and out a little easier. What else do we got? My bee suit goodies, so we'll check the bees out. So that is today's job. So we're gonna get into it. I'm probably not gonna talk too much. I'm just gonna take the old fence down and start pounding in the new T-posts. So time to get at her. So we got the gate right here, 2, so it's easy enough to step over the bottom one. We got 4 T-posts. The longest span, I guess, is probably 15 feet. I got the aluminum spool on there, so I got my cables connected together. I'm not exactly sure if that's how you do it, but that's how I'm doing it. Spaced about 12 inches apart, I guess. So the ground's not completely flat, so I thought that would be right about there is good. That'll keep bears out, or at least should. I forgot my meter, or I would test it. I really don't feel like sticking my hands on it, so we'll come out tomorrow and we'll give it a test. I'm going to stop and have a drink of water, and then I'm going to put my super suit on and clean up those frames, or at least grab those frames and move them out of the way. So we'll be back. Hey guys, so I just got into the bees. I cleaned up a bunch of the cone. You can see that there's some yellow pollen in there. There's a bit of honey. I scraped out all the mold. So we're just getting these two boxes in there, and I think we'll be good now. There was quite a few bees down in the bottom box. I didn't bother them. I didn't want to screw with them. I've done enough damage to them. So what I did was I took as much of the frames as possible that had comb work on them in hopes that they won't have to work as hard. And then I cleaned all the mold, so there's no mold. I'm gonna put her back together. I got a few I've got a few feeders coming in, so as soon as they come in, I'll start feeding again. For some reason, they just didn't like those other feeders. But if you look, not sure if you can see it, but there's some bees down in there. These frames are all empty, so I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna get let those 2 boxes fill up good, and not pressure them into getting me honey. I screwed it up on them, so they don't owe me anything. Whew. It's hot in this suit. Didn't use the smoker today. There we go. Yeah, I didn't use the feeder or the smoker at all. They weren't too cranky with me, even though they should be stinging me like crazy. I've got some pretty good bees there. I think they'll recover. They seem to be buzzing around lots. Whew. They seem to be buzzing around lots. Sorry, I'm real sweaty. Yeah, so they're buzzing around. I got the 2 frames cleaned up. I've kind of got the best of the frames. Grab my water. I got the best of the 2 frames going, boxes, as many of the good frames as possible. So hopefully that'll give them a bit of a boost. A lot of it they can clean up. Any bits of anything that aren't good, the bees will just grab and throw out. Bees are real clean freaks. They don't go to the bathroom in the hive. They will go for a flight to go to the bathroom. Even in the winter, they'll hold it in till there's a decent day, and then they'll go for a ride and fly around and do their business outside. Because usually your first nice day in the spring, you notice there's lots of this yellowish brown spots all over the place, and that's bee business. So I think we did as good as we can. Like I said, I've got some 2 feeders coming in hopefully next week, maybe the week after, and I'll get feeding them all the time. I'll leave the feed going all year. Don't need to, but I will, just because I owe it to them. Anywho, I'm gonna get home, have another cold bottle of water and probably a nice cold beer, put some of this fencing stuff away, and we'll go from there. Hope you enjoy the bees, and there's more to come.